most important pillars of our life is where we live, who we're with, who our kids and our friends are, where we work, and then how we study, how we learn, how we grow as human beings. And I like to say, if you had to prioritize them, first personal growth, then your partner, your spouse, then your kids, then your friends, then business. And when you get to business, first purpose, then people, then product, and the profits will follow. So when I think of we, I think of an ecosystem that brings it all together. And the fabric of that ecosystem happens at the building, at the neighborhood, and at the city. I think the next 100 years, everyone sitting here, you're the leaders of the future. City-states is where it's at. I think governments from all over the world, without pointing any fingers, are having a very difficult time. I think as mayors, as leaders, as CEOs, it is our responsibility to set the trend of the future, and the trend is we versus me. And when by 2030, 60% of the world population is going to move into major cities, that's another billion people moving into major cities. Most cities are underbuilt 30 to 50%. This is in the next 12 years. You have no room. You have to reinvent how people live. You have to rezone. You have to reassess, and you have to reinvent how people work. And one last thing to touch with, we have numbers behind it. Every WeWork that you open, 100,000 square feet, 2,000 employees, will immediately create 700 jobs in your city just to build it, and then 1,000 jobs a year. Inside that WeWork for the next 20 years, so 20,000 jobs for 20 years, just one location. If you bring us in for 10 locations, we will create 200,000 jobs over the next 10 years. And it can go bigger and bigger. And we won't just bring you jobs, we'll bring a place to live, we'll bring education, and this is important, we'll bring corporate America. Right. And why is corporate America coming? Corporate America saves $18,000 per employee when they put it in a WeWork.
Wait, who is your biggest client for WeWork in a place like New York? Is it young entrepreneurs or is it big corporations?
So as of 2 years ago, 98% only young entrepreneurs. As of today, 30% of all our members are enterprise, corporate America. 23% of all Fortune 500 companies are already in WeWork. And the reason is...
Wait, in other words, a Fortune 500 company like Amazon or a Walmart, instead of building a building in a city, will say, I'd rather co-locate with WeWork.
Even more. If they want a satellite office, they'll just put it in a WeWork. But if they're looking for an HQ or they want to redo their own HQ, they'll ask us to do it. And today, we don't even take the space. We will redesign their space, build it, deploy our technology, which is called WeOS and took a long time to create, and then put our community manager.
Will you do that for a city hall?
I would love to do it for a city hall. And for any mayors who are interested in that, it's very simple, we.co/mayors. Fill up the form.